Alright, y'all, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon in America. It's getting cold out here. I like that. I love this time of season, this time of year rather, this season of the year. It's football time in a few minutes, so it's all good. I'm going to do a chicken Parmesan for y'all today. It's fun, doesn't cost a lot of money, it's really good. Something good for this kind of weather. And so I'll hook that up for you. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, though, I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to make the sauce, the marinara sauce myself, and normally I do when I do a chicken parm like this, but I'm going to get it out of a jar, and I'm going to spruce it up a little bit, but it's going to be ragu. So that is what it is. I'll show you what I do to it to spruce it up, but it's going to be out of the jar. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, so let's start out, take a look at the little bit of ingredients we're going to use to pep up our sauce a little bit. We got some diced onions, we got some diced, or some chopped up garlic over there. We got some oregano, fresh oregano, and we got some fresh thyme. I also like to use basil, fresh basil. But they didn't have any at the market today, so I don't have any, and I didn't get to include that. But that's normally what I would add also. Alright, next step. Okay, so you can see right here I got the garlic in there. That's some extra virgin olive oil that was heated up on medium-low. Throw that garlic in. You're going to throw those onions in there with it. I say this every time I cook, and you guys watch this stuff. I love the smell and the taste. But the smell of those garlic and onions when you sauteing them up in your recipe or for your recipe, it's incredible. It just, it makes a house a home. It's one of those kinds of things. So we're going to let this go for a second, get it together. Let's take another look in a minute. Alright, so here we're coming towards the end of sauteing them, just to let you see what they start to look like or what you want them to look like. They've been sitting for a while, and I just let them sit there for a minute and really start to brown on the bottom. And then we're just going to move them around, just like you saute anything. But you see they look really good. Alright, and here's what they look like when they're actually finished. Okay, so there go our ragu bubbling along. We're adding in the garlic and the onions. By the way, I don't have a problem with ragu. I prefer to make my own marinara. But sometimes you don't have time. You get home from work late or whatever it is. You're short on the day, you're short on time. You got to do what you got to do. And nothing wrong with a little ragu. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, we're going to throw in the thyme right there. Then we're going to go in with the oregano in a second. Alright. And then you're just going to mix all that up. And you're going to let it, and I'll let this go for a while just so the flavors will start to blend. Just going to let it simmer on low. Once you get it mixed in really good, let it simmer on low. Tastes come together. Flavors come together. Then we'll put it off to the side till we get everything else set up. Alright. Let's move on. Alright, so we got our chicken breast, and unfortunately, I must have forgot when I did this, I was filming this, to actually show you how I did the chicken breast. They were whole breasts, and I just took a sharp knife, laid my hand on top of them, laid them flat down, and I sliced them cleanly in half. Horizontally, not vertically, obviously. And I'm just seasoning them here with granulated garlic and onion, salt and pepper. So I'm keeping it really simple. And that should work out pretty good for us. Now, some people would tell you, and I'm flipping them over and do the other side. Some people would tell you to bang them, and you can do it that way. So instead of cutting the chicken breast in half, because you want them to be thin, you could put them in between two pieces of saran wrap, and then just get a mallet, and bang them to their thin. I just cut them in half. They seem to be, it works better for me that way. All right, so now I'm just going to run them through flour, egg wash, and then Italian breadcrumbs. So I'm dredging them in flour, run them through the egg wash, straight to the Italian breadcrumbs, and that's what you're going to do to get your batter on your chicken. That's why they're already seasoned, of course. Run them through this dredging process, and that's what you're going to have. So we'll get all of these done, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so there go your chicken, properly breaded, and ready to go. So let's get ready to get it in the frying pan, where it belongs. There go canola oil, heat it up on medium. Then I reduce it down to medium low before I go in with the chicken, I mean. We're just going to go in on each side. And all you need is a few minutes on each side. A couple minutes on each side. Alright? You're not really trying to cook it all the way through. You're not trying to fry it. You just want to get you a good crust, a good outer crust on it. Okay? Let's take a look. Okay, right here you can see they come along well. I'm flipping them again, and I'll flip them a couple times as I go through this. But overall, again, you only give them about 2 minutes on each side. You're not cooking these. They're still going to be raw when they come out of this grease. They're not going to look raw, but they are going to be. If you were to bite one, you get sick. And that's what you want them. You want them to be raw. on the inside because they're going to cook in the oven. But they're coming along well. Let's see what they look like when they're ready. And there you go. It's a really good looking piece of chicken. Again, that's a raw piece of chicken. You wouldn't want to eat it. But it looks really good. And it's got that nice crust. And that's really what you want. It's that outer crust that you want. That's going to give you texture on the back end of this. Okay? Alright, so right here we got our peppy ragu sauce. We're going to get a ladle. We're going to spoon some of that into a non-stick. I use Teflon. You can use glass. You can use whatever you want. I mean, you can do it in just a regular stainless steel pan. But I'm using a Teflon coated pan here, non-stick. And you're going to spoon a nice little amount of your sauce into the casserole dish. You're going to spread it out as I'm doing here. Get it nice and even. Now we're going to go ahead and take some of that chicken and lay it out just right in the sauce. Right next to each other. You can space them really close together so you can fit them all in. That's not a problem. Let's get all those set in. We'll move on to the next step. Okay, got them all in there. I think there's 9 of them total. And then what you're going to do is just go back and kind of repeat step 1. But you're going to be ladling the sauce over top of the chicken this time. So you got your a coating of sauce underneath them. You lay them, or I guess I should say a bed of sauce maybe. You lay them in that bed of sauce, and now you're going to cover them up with another layer of sauce. Alright? Again, you're going to smooth it out, even it, get it all the way across all of them. Okay, now we got mozzarella cheese. And we're going to put a nice layer of mozzarella cheese over top of that sauce. You're going to spread it out. You're going to make sure it's even. You're going to get it all the way around. There you go. Cover that sauce up really good. Make sure you get everything covered. You basically, if you can, you want to get it, and I think I ran a little short of cheese here, but you want to get it so you don't really see any more red. You don't really want to see the sauce anymore. And you can see I was a little bit short on cheese. I should have got another package because you can see the sauce through mine. But I prefer to get a little bit thicker so that you can't really see the sauce by the time that you got all your cheese on there. Alright, right here we're going to add some more sauce over top of this cheese. And here you're not going to do a big, thick layer like we did the first 2 times. It's just, you see I'm making a mess there too. Just a light layer of sauce over top of that cheese. Just, it doesn't have to completely cover the cheese, just a little bit. Alright? Alright, so now we're going to add some Parmesan-Reggiano cheese. You can just do Parmesan, which is what I usually do, but I saw this stuff here and I just thought it'd be interesting to try it. And you're just going to sprinkle that over top of the whole, casserole dish. Get it over top of all your sauce as much as you can, evenly again. And after that, it's going to be ready to cover and put in the oven. And we're going to cook this at 350. How long did I cook this thing? Probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Alright. We're going to melt the cheese in the cooking process, and we're going to cook the chicken. Remember, it was still raw when I took it out of that frying pan. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the finished product. And a couple of things going on here that I don't like, and I'll tell you about them. One is the use of the ragu. One of the effects is it is kind of loose compared to making your own marinara, and you can see that here. The other is, as I said when I was putting this stuff on, I was short on cheese, and you can see that coming through. But this is going to be good. Alright, so there you go. We served it over egg noodles. Obviously, you can serve it over any kind of pasta. In fact, we usually serve it over linguine, but for some reason today I had a taste for egg noodles. It didn't occur to me at the time, I should have just taken a piece of this chicken and cut it on a cutting board for you, just to let you see the inside of the chicken and how tender it is. But he's just got the chicken on the spoon with the cheese melted around it and the sauce, and it's hard for you to actually see the chicken and get a feel for how. But I'm telling you, it was really good. We really enjoyed it. Here it is, him giving it the thumbs up. So it's good, but I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Love you. Peace.